everybody, I'm Liz, and today I'm going to talk about the 47 books I finished in the year of 2020 because I didn't do a single wrap-up video as I stopped my channel in January. I decided I'm just going to do a quick, this is what I read, and I'll leave the star rating up in the corner so that you can see what I gave it on Goodreads. And if you want me to formally review or wrap up any of these books that I mentioned, just let me know and I will create a separate video for a more in-depth review. So let's get started. First, these are going to be the books I finished in January. And we have first The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. Then The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. And lastly, Spain the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Now we have the books I finished in February. We have Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ning. Who Says You're Dead? Medical and Ethical Dilemmas for the Curious and Concerned by Dr. Jacob M. Apple. And lastly, Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. Now these are the books I finished in March. First up is Dune by Frank Herbert. Then Nixia Unleashed by Scott Rankin. Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. And lastly, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Now we have the books I finished in April. We have A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Mem by Bethany C. Morrow. 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott, Mickey Daughtry, and Tobias Akonis. In May, we have Try by Ella Frank, Bared to You by Sylvia Day, Circe by Madeline Miller, Through the Shattered Looking Glass by M.L. Crane, We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal, Supernova by Marissa Meyer, A Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth, and lastly, The King of Crows by Libba Bray. Now we have the books I finished in June. First up, Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. The Cold is in Her Bones by Peternell Van Arsdale. With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. And lastly, A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Now we're moving on to the books I read in August. We have 1984 by George Orwell. How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibrahim X. Kendi, Grave Maidens by Kelly Kuhn, Becoming by Michelle Obama, Stamped from the Beginning, A Definitive History of Racist Ideas in America by Ibrahim X. Kendi, Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, and lastly, we have Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett. We only have one book for September, and that is The New Jim Crow, Era of Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness by Michelle Alexander. We have no books in October or November, and December, to wrap up the year, we have 3 books. First up is White Rage, The Unspoken Truth of Our Racial Divide by Carol Anderson. Then we have King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. And lastly, we have Sapiens, A Brief History of Mankind by Yuval Noah Harari. And there we have it. There we have the 47 books I read in 2020, their star ratings. And as I said, if you want to know my inner, deep, most thoughts, feelings, reviews, reflections on any of these stories I mentioned, please leave a comment down below and I will create a video devoted squarely to that book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please tell me in the comments down below what was your favorite or favorites of 2020 so I can go and check them out if I haven't read them. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Remember that I love you guys, and until next time, bye!